So America 100% should acquire Greenland, and a lot of people who do not understand the main concept and strategic benefit for America overall either don't know the history or simply do not understand strategic positioning and the new world order. Let me explain and let me give you the real facts behind this strategic move and why this is the best decision President Trump could actually do. Follow the details, look at the map. First of all, this is very important because the location, the position of Greenland allows America not only to position the Golden Dome system and to also track all the naval positions of Russia and China that they use this particular terrain and this channel to move a lot of ships. This will allow America also to gain access to the rare earth mineral wealth, which not a lot of people are familiar with, simply because the land is so small, simply because the country is not as popular. People are not really familiar with what is behind the rare earth minerals. Remember, there was a special deal for many years between the US and China. Recently, China has discontinued the deal, didn't renew the deal, so they decided to keep the rare earth minerals for themselves. And last year, there was a special negotiations between Ukraine and the US for the special minerals from Ukraine. So understand that rare earth minerals are extremely important for negotiation and strategic advantages. Look at this. According to the map with these particular minerals, Greenland holds massive reserves of these particular elements that are used for EV, wind tech, weapons, and electronics. This will help America to gain edge over China, which China, as you're not familiar, one of the most important minerals for production of the EV are actually in China. They have plenty of those. And if America gains access on Greenland, it might actually edge out even more ownership of America over Greenland. It is very important. You recently probably heard that some of the people who are actually controlling Greenland will create a special office where they're going to negotiate, probably sign some economic or trade agreements with the US, trying to get them just, to utilize the land or to utilize some strategic military positioning, not to give away the whole land, but most likely this is what is going to happen. Second important element here that no one actually understands, there is a geopolitical power play in this area. When you rewrite the maps of America, starting from Greenland all the way down, you will understand how there is a strategic position that crosses territories that will give a completely different parameter of information. Historical expansion, like the Louisiana Purchase, doubled the territory and changed completely not only the strategic reserves on the military side, but also increased the GDP, because when you have more land that is adjacent to the original land, you have actually more people who can live there. You can create another uh, part of the country where you can bring production, you can bring military base, you can bring any other fundamental manufacturing that could actually sustain. And the position is very good because monitoring, especially on the northern side, it will help a lot, considering that a lot of innovations now are focusing on the military, combining with the AI technology. So you need to think about what is good and what is best for America. You should stop thinking about anything that is secondary at this very moment. And you understand that this is also going to be good for people from Greenland. You need to understand it is much better for them to have the protection from the US military versus having what? Come on, it is also much better for these people actually to be not only protected, but be part of the bigger economy, be part of the bigger trade agreements, be part of something that is actually dominant around the world, right? It is almost like you prefer to own 0.03% of Google versus owning 50% of something that is not valuable at all, right? The numbers only make sense when the numbers are part of something important and something valuable, right? If you have 100% of some village in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of ocean, who cares? right? This is why there is a strategic point considering the military positioning. Second, there is a strategic mineral rare earths deal that most likely will happen, that will be secured, which is a gaining edge on another level. And then third piece, of course, is reshaping the map, reshaping the actual positioning of America, which will help to have this adjacent part, which will increase the territory. And of course, the next logical step will be Canada, but this is a longer and further discussion. But I want you to visualize the power structure of America. I want you to visualize how beneficial. There is no downside or drawbacks. Sure, there will be some other countries not happy with doing that, but again, other countries have no benefits of this. America has. So America should focus on its own political, financial, and economic benefits in this very moment. This is something very good, very important. Not a lot of people understood this. They're just talking and focusing on secondary subject matters without backing up the facts. Because every single island or country that was purchased in the United States have never became worse, have never turned bad. All of them saw prosperity. All of them saw their infrastructure being built, the community, the people, the citizens, they get their life much better. They secure the healthcare. They had absolutely everything secured and fixed. Think about all the countries who want to be independent, small countries without resources, without knowledge, without skills, with small population, especially the ones who are positioned in a very further from the equator areas where the tough weather simply doesn't allow them to grow their own, let's say, agriculture, doesn't allow them to have infrastructure, doesn't allow them to have industrial revolution, and doesn't allow them to build anything. There's no technology out there. So why would you not allow the local people to have better life, better opportunities? Why would not allow them simply utilizing the rare earth minerals which are not utilized? As you may have guessed, why would a country like Greenland will utilize these rare earth materials when they don't do business with them, right? They don't have much exports. They don't do much of EV trade negotiations. And the counter argument that we're hearing from Europe, trying to allow more Chinese businesses investing in Europe, it's really disturbing. Remember how many years China has been trying to get the Chinese EVs in Europe, and this was not something that the local car manufacturers were happy with.